Welcome to BioNerds and Engineers, where biology meets engineering. Exploring the journeys of scientists, engineers, CEOs, and innovators through expert conversations and deep dives into groundbreaking research. Subscribe now to stay ahead in the world of innovation, technology, and leadership.
Hey everyone, I'm Irvi, your resident BioNerd.
And I'm Om, the engineer. Today, we are bringing you the ultimate playbook for cracking one of the most feared, but honestly most rewarding exams out there. Yes, we are talking about the Graduate Aptitude Test in Engineering, or GATE.
Exactly. In this explainer, we're doing a complete deep dive into our source material to demystify everything. We're talking exam pattern, the psychology behind the marking scheme, stipends, and a smart study plan that actually works.
There's a ton of ground to cover, so let's just dive right in. Let's start with the elephant in the room, and honestly, this massive number from our sources. 16 million. Or, in terms we engineering students understand way better, 16 lakh rupees. If you're out there asking, hey, is GATE still worth it in today's industry? The answer is a massive, resounding yes. Because we're looking at starting CTCs of 16 to 20 lakhs at top Maharatna and Navratna PSUs. Think ONGC, NTPC, IOCL.
And you know, that is just the corporate side of things. For those of you leaning towards research or higher studies, the sources clearly show that a top score is essentially a golden ticket.
So here is our roadmap based on the playbook. First, we'll cover why GATE matters. Second, we'll get the exam pattern decoded. Third, strategically beating the marking scheme. Fourth, building your study strategy. And finally, the revision playbook.
Let's move straight into the first section.
Section 1. Why GATE matters. A massive career reset. So, why should a college student put themselves through all this grueling preparation? Well, because as the sources show, it's a massive career reset. It literally doesn't matter if you're stuck in a Tier 3 college right now. A top GATE score puts you on the exact same playing field as someone from a premier institute.
Absolutely. It unlocks direct recruitment into those PSUs we mentioned, with incredible job security and pay.
Plus, on the academic side, it gets you into M.Tech, MS, or even direct PhD programs at top-tier institutes. And the financial independence is huge. The assured monthly stipend during an M.Tech is an absolute game changer. You can even land junior research fellowships at places like ISRO or DRDO.
And surprisingly, it opens international doors too. Universities in Germany, like RWT Aachen and TU Munich, actually accept GATE scores for their engineering master's programs.
No way, right? But it's absolutely true. Top-tier campuses like IITs and IISc become totally accessible. The material notes that a lot of students actually prefer taking the GATE route over standard campus placements.
Right, because it guarantees higher education at these premium institutes without putting a massive financial burden on their parents. You basically get to upgrade your college tag, learn from top professors, and get paid a stipend to do it. It's the ultimate win-win.
Section 2, the exam pattern decoded, the rules of the game. Look, if you don't understand the pattern, you're basically preparing blindly. The exam is a 3-hour computer-based test. It's a total of 100 marks spread across 65 questions. Now, 85 of those marks are dedicated to core technical subjects in engineering math. But consider the general aptitude section. It's worth 15 marks.
That's a huge 15% of your entire score.
Exactly. It's a massive, massive hack for rank optimization. A lot of students completely ignore aptitude until the last week, which is a huge mistake. Dedicating just 20 to 25 minutes a day to general aptitude, verbal ability, numerical computation, is literally the easiest way to secure those 15 marks and push your rank ahead of thousands of other competitors.
And our sources highlight a relatively recent change that is incredibly exciting. It gives younger students a massive advantage. It's the 10 plus 2 plus 3 eligibility rule. Basically, if you are in the third year of your undergrad degree, you are now officially eligible to take the GATE exam. This is such an amazing way to test the waters. You don't have to wait until the pressure cooker of your final year. You get a head start, you experience the real exam pressure, and if you score well, your GATE score is actually valid for 3 full years. It completely takes the pressure off.
Section 3. Beating the marking scheme. Beating the system.
Now, negative marking gives pretty much every student nightmares. But the real trick is knowing exactly where the danger lies, because not all questions are created equal. Let's compare the question types from the guidelines.
Right. First, we have multiple choice questions, or MCQs. These are punishing. If you guess wrong on a 1-mark MCQ, you lose 1/3 of a mark. On a 2-mark MCQ, you lose 2/3. This is where you absolutely must avoid random guessing. Do not just click and pray.
Okay, but what about the other types?
That's the secret. Multiple select questions, the MSQs, and numerical answer types, the NATs, have absolutely no negative marking whatsoever. It is effectively a free swing. In most papers, NATs make up 30 to 40% of the marks. The playbook heavily advises attempting NATs and MSQs with absolute confidence. Leave no blanks there.
So the absolutely crucial point here is accuracy over attempts, which brings up a very blunt reality we uncovered in the explainer: cutoff versus top rank.
Let me guess, simply qualifying isn't quite enough?
Not even close, and we really need to be realistic about this. The cutoff mark to simply qualify for GATE is usually quite low, but getting a passing certificate doesn't automatically secure you a PSU job or an IIT admission. To get into those elite programs, the data shows you generally need to be in the top 0.5% of all candidates appearing. You are preparing to optimize your All-India rank, not just to scrape by and pass.
Section 4, Building Your Study Strategy. Building your plan.
You all know the trap, getting super motivated, creating this fantasy timetable that starts at 4 a.m., scheduling 15 hours of straight study, and then completely burning out in 2 days. Your strategy absolutely must be realistic and customized to you.
100%. I have personally been a victim of the 4 a.m. fantasy timetable. Spoiler alert, it doesn't work. Consistency always beats intensity. Consider the comparison the sources make. If you are a neophyte, a fresher preparing for the very first time, your primary goal is overall syllabus completion. Do not jump between 10 different books. Pick a single, standard reference book for each subject and just build your basic concepts.
Okay, but what if they are a repeater, someone trying to improve an existing rank?
Totally different game. Repeaters shouldn't waste time rereading the same theory. Your focus must be on identifying weak areas from your past performance, finding new sources of complex problems, and executing rigorous, timed mock tests.
So, what does a perfect daily study loop actually look like? Step 1 is completing the subject theory. Step 2, and I literally cannot stress this enough, create self-handwritten notes. Do not just passively scroll through PDFs on your laptop. Writing things down physically builds memory retention way better.
Step 3 is solving previous year questions, or PYQs. The sources recommend solving the last 10 to 15 years of PYQs right alongside your study. Don't postpone it till the end. And step 4 is brilliant. Build digital micro notes.
Yes, I love this tip so much. Distill those massive, thick notebooks into just principal formulas and critical concepts. Take photos, keep them in your mobile gallery or a note-taking app, and quickly review them while you're commuting or sitting between classes. It's such a smart, low-effort way to maximize your time.
Section 5, the revision playbook, retaining knowledge. Look, you can complete the entire massive syllabus, but it means absolutely nothing if you forget it all on exam day.
Exactly. Our sources highlight a fantastic quote from Chandan Sala, who secured All India rank 75 in electrical engineering. He said, "I used to revise frequently so that I spend less time during the exam for recalling. Giving online tests also helped me in time management."
That right there is the exact mindset of a topper. Spaced repetition is literally the only way to retain complex formulas across 10 to 12 different technical subjects. The goal of revision isn't just to remember, it's to decrease the time it takes your brain to recall that information during that ultra-high pressure 3-hour window. Time management and full-length mock tests are totally non-negotiable. You need to simulate that 3-hour window perfectly. And honestly, we live in the future, so use modern tools to study smarter.
Absolutely. If you hit a tough concept in a mock test that you just don't understand, don't panic. Plug it into an AI tool like ChatGPT to get a simple 5-year-old style explanation quickly. It saves you hours of digging through dense textbooks.
Exactly. And use tools like Notion to create an error log. Every single time you make a mistake in a mock test, log it in there. Track your weak topics. Then, before your next mock test, only review that error log so you never make the same stupid mistake twice. It's a total game changer. So, we've covered the amazing PSU opportunities, the M.Tech stipends, the hidden dangers of MCQs, and the exact daily study loop you need to follow. The playbook is officially yours. Are you ready to execute?
OHM's a 7 to 8 month consistent plan is more than enough time to crack this. As we saw with the strategy, consistency always beats intensity.
So look at your current career trajectory and ask yourself, are you willing to trade 6 months of rigorous focus today to completely rewrite the next 30 years of your professional life?
You've got this. If you enjoyed this explainer, make sure to like, subscribe to BioNerds Engineers, and tell us in the comments what topic we should cover next. See you in the next one.